How's it going, everybody? It is Ethan and Koder, and welcome back to the episode of Let's Build Twitter. We're currently on episode 39. In last episode, we started getting the text and everything on the page for our step 2 modal. Now we need to go ahead and start doing some CSS to make it look a lot better. So let's go ahead and hop into VS Code and let's get this done. So now we need to go ahead and make the CSS for this form. So let's go ahead and do that. And we should have had a checkbox. Let me double check. Did we miss the checkbox? Yes, we did. There should be an input under here. Input class name is going to equal to reg-step-2. And then this is just going to be called checkbox. And the type of this is going to be checkbox. So again, Twitter has this now. There we go. We had to make it slightly different. So we might scrap the actual input and make it different, but we'll see. So now we've got all that. What we need to do is actually make the CSS to make this look better. And this is going to be a whole nother journey. So we'll go ahead and start out with our container. So reg-step-2-container. And this is going to have a width of 100%. It's going to have a height of 100%. It's going to have a display of flex. It's going to have a flex direction of column. And it's going to have an align items center. So just kind of setting up all of our CSS stuff. It's not doing much yet. And of course I broke it. I might want to go about just changing it so that it stays on step 2 for now, but it's fine. So now we'll go ahead and set up the reg-step-2-content. So the content on the page is actually, or inside of this modal, is actually going to be 75% of the parent width. So now we can see it's actually centered and everything. It looks nicer. And now we can start working on the headers and things like that. So first, our reg-step-2, and this is going to be header. So this is going to be font size 31 pixels. This one is going to have a font weight of about 600. It's going to have a margin bottom of about 40 pixels, which is kind of steep, but it is what it is. And then finally, margin top of about 10 pixels. Something else to keep in mind is that I am not focusing on making this responsive. If you guys do want responsive video, maybe I'll design something responsive later on, but this is hard enough to kind of copycat Twitter as it is. So next we need the subheader. So now we have our subhead. And the subhead is going to look like this. Have margin 0, get rid of all the margin, get rid of all the padding just to be safe. And then we're going to have a font size of 21 pixels. We're going to have font weight, again 600. And then finally, we're going to have a margin bottom of about 15 pixels. Get rid of these extra spaces that I keep putting in. And that one's good to go. So now, the reason why we have the reg-step-2 toggle group is because the actual alignment is going to be a little bit different. So let's go ahead and set up the toggle group. Padding will be 0. The margin, once again, will be 0. The display will be flex. The justify content will be space between. Then finally, we are going to align the items to flex start. Flex-start, okay. And now we can set up our privacy and the other things. So next would be reg-step-2-privacy. So now again, we'll have a 0 margin to start out. We're going to have a width of only 90%. 90%. We'll have a font size of 15 pixels. We'll have a font weight of just 400. So we probably didn't need to add this, but it is what it is. And then finally, we'll have a margin bottom of 20 pixels. All right, now we need our policy. -reg -step -to -policy. So now our policy is going to have a font weight or font size of 15 pixels. It's going to have a font weight of 400 pixels, but instead of black, it's going to have that light gray color. So go ahead and say 536471. This one is also stolen straight from Twitter. I inspected element and got the color, and then margin bottom will be about 40 pixels. A couple more here. So now we need to do our link, reg -step -to -link. And here again, we'll have a font size 15. Probably could have just done font size 15 for like everything on this. Hindsight 2020. Font weight is going to be 400. The color is going to be the Twitter blue. So 1 DA, 1 F2. And then finally, cursor will be pointer because it's supposed to be like a link to somewhere. So make it a pointer. And then on hover, we actually want to underline. Normally, I don't like things that underline, but this is how Twitter did it. So it is what it is. To -link :hover. And we're just going to have text decoration is going to be underline. Once again, save that. And now if we go back in here, it's not quite correct because we didn't style this guy yet. We'll get to that in a little bit. And again, I don't think we really need this, but you can see our terms and policies and stuff. These obviously don't go anywhere. Let's see, do we have an extra that's supposed to say learn more? So it's a good thing that I spotted that. So this should say learn more. Like that, okay. And there should be a space. So let's add, there is a space there. So I'm gonna have to do this. And save. How does that look now? That looks better. Everything else looks like there's a space there. It's not a space here though, so I'll have to fix that. So let's see. Where was that one? Here. Add a space there. Does that help? Nope. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. So we're gonna have to do one of these. Well, that's not ideal, but it is what it is. It'll work. And okay, looks a lot better. Cool. So there's that. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially with that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.